Then, so from a teacher's perspective, there was autonomy on behalf of the school leader. Whether it was a headmaster or whatever, they have autonomy to make decisions, to be decisive. In addition to that, they had a longer teaching period, whether it was a school day, school year, school week. Many prep schools go to school on Friday nights and Saturdays. A lot of people don't know that, but they actually do. And the basic presumption when you participated in that college preparatory school was that you were going to college. From the time you paid the bill, from the time that you entered that school, it was a fait accompli. You're going to college. It's not about if you go to college, it's which college you're going to. The best college we can get you into, that's the one you're going to. It's already determined. The expectations were there. And so they were not educating towards college. They were actually educating beyond college. The expectations were what you would do later in life. The skills that they were focusing on were not job training skills, but life learning skills, research, and the like. Those were the things that in every single college preparatory school I visited, I saw. And I also saw that every single person on campus, from the grounds people, to the lunch ladies, to the secretaries, the teachers, and all the administration, everybody knew what the deal was. Everybody knew that everybody was going somewhere. So everybody got treated like that. There was no one who they thought she ain't going with. That if they're there, this is what's happening. Then we took the upward bound model, because that worked with people from historically advantaged populations. So when we looked at the traditional programs that work with students from historically disadvantaged populations, and they have virtually the same expectations and virtually the same structure. It actually, you could lay them on top of each other and they'd be the same. They have longer teaching periods because they teach in the evening, right? Because it's a part-time out-of-school program, on the weekends, and during the summer. In addition to that, the teachers have more than one role. They teach and advise. They don't coach because there's no sports, but they do have two roles during the period that they're there. And everybody in the program knows that everybody in the program is there to go to college. It's the same thing. And these two programs, the school and the upward bound programs, have been proven successful for millions of children for hundreds of years. The prep schools, hundreds of years. The upward bound programs for about 50 years now. They have proven that this model, each of these models, the places where they're together, are in fact the single most effective means of doing it. It doesn't matter if you're an arts high school, or if you're a science high school, if you're a social justice high school, if you're a business high school, or whatever. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. No one is better than classics, whatever. Those things are in place in every single school. So what we did, because we're smart, is just take two and put them together. That's all we did. We're a year-round college preparatory school. That's all we did. People often ask me, well, can your model be replicated? It already is. We're just one of the many schools. There are thousands of educators all over the country and hundreds of schools all over the country, actually thousands at this point, of schools in every single state in the union that are doing exactly what we do. Exactly the same way. Again, the personality may be a little different. You know what I mean? There are nuanced differences. Harlem Children's Zone does it a little differently than we do because they focus more on healthy child and healthy living than we do. We still have chicken nuggets in our cafeteria. They don't. Amistad Academy in New Haven and the Achievement First schools, they have more of a sing-songy thing where kids learn their lessons by being able to essentially sing them and recite them. The Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta does exactly the same thing where they do some stuff like that. We don't sing. But it doesn't mean that we're right or that they're wrong or that they're right and we're wrong. But when you look at the guts of a school, Every single successful school that I've ever seen has those components in some fashion. In some fashion. And this is why it's most important that you understand those components. It's because children perform better when they form a relationship with the educational experience. And what those programs and schools do is foster relationships with children. In large, comprehensive schools, children feel isolated, teachers feel isolated, and there's anonymity there. When a child doesn't feel like they have a connection to the process, even in college, one of the things they look for is fit. You understand that? That determines whether or not you'll be successful in college, is your fit to the college campus. If you don't fit here, you're not going to be successful here. It's really simple. And so the way to establish fit is to create a relationship, an environment within which a relationship can be formed. And so by creating these different touch points in a school, you actually increase the probability of a child having a relationship with the school. And thereby increase the likelihood that they will stay in school longer and do better, because remember, when a child feels like you love them, they're willing to do whatever. So when you can create a loving, fostering environment, you will find that in virtually all these schools, especially in the hood, in virtually all of them, they talk about the school as a family. You go to each one of these schools, and one person or another will mention the word family. There is a model that works. We don't have to look anymore. We don't have to look anymore. Question, can it be replicated? It already is. KIPP schools, I think they're almost at 1,000 schools now. That's what they do. That's what they do. Every single one of us is doing it. Every single one of us is doing it. So there is a model. You don't need to look any further. You have them here. They do exactly the same thing. You just need to make sure more kids can get into them. That's the problem. The problem is that there are not enough seats in those schools, so you need more of those schools. You don't need to make those schools bigger, because that's what we do, and then we ruin them. We know that we need more of them. Diane, that's a great and courageous question. It's a great. Can y'all give a round of applause for that question? And Diane, I'll say this to you. If you think it's hard for you, imagine what it feels like to be white. Children don't care where you come from. They'll make fun of the way you talk. If you have an accent and you talk different than them, of course, that's what they do. They're kids. It's what they do with being uncomfortable. Simon says you can get it. They're as uncomfortable as you are. All they want to know is that you love them. That's all they want to know. They want to know you're not there to hurt them. You're there to, you have high expectations of them, and you won't accept anything less than their best. Everything else works itself out. It really does. They don't particularly care about anything else. There are some people who believe that you have to have black teachers teaching black kids, and they're wrong. They're absolutely wrong. Let me tell you, I played myself. When we were starting Capital Prep, I had a plan, because I'm smart. So all I was going to do was we were going to have all black school. Black from front to back. I'm not lying to you. I'm talking about dashikis, fists in the air, I'm talking about black teachers, all of us. So I had a meeting at my house, because black people, we love to meet. So we had a meeting at my house. We had a meeting at my house. In the dining room, because we meet in the dining room, right? So we meet in the dining room, I sit down, and everybody's all in it. We like, yeah, we about to show white man, you ain't way, show, we gonna show them how to do it, we can show them how to get our kids right. And we still haven't had the second meeting.